What do you use to level equipment, objects, or even the ground? Well, traditionally, I've always used a spirit level, and although they're good for certain applications, they aren't very good over long distances. So what you need is a laser level, and not just any laser level. I'm going to tell you why you should consider getting one of these 𝗟𝘀𝗴𝘀 laser levels. So what is included with your 𝗟𝘀𝗴𝘀 laser level LG 3D? Well, in the box you get a nice carry case to protect the level itself. You get an instruction manual, a charging cable, 2 batteries that are equivalent to 10 hours work time on each. You get a stand for the level itself, the actual level, and a laser level target board. Before you can use the laser level, you need to insert the battery. Turn the unit over, open this clip, and then the battery comes with a indicator on. You can then push that into the slot and turn it over, and that is the laser level ready to go. So how do you mount this laser level? You can either leave it freestanding, you can fix it directly to a tripod with the threaded entry at the bottom, or you can use the adjustable bracket that comes supplied with the laser level. This also has a fixing hole in the back, so you can use that to put a screw through the wall and hook that on. To mount the laser level, use the threaded entry at the bottom of the level, screw that into place, and then on the back there is also some magnets. Now if you can find anything metal or use something like an old saw to hang on the wall, you can then just simply put that into place. And with this bracket, it allows you to adjust the level a little bit at a time to get it perfectly in line with what you're trying to achieve. So let's go through operating the laser itself. And the first thing you're going to notice is it's got 3 independent 360-degree lasers. That means they'll always be shining where you want them. So to operate the laser, you'll see that on the side there is 2 different functions. There's a locked function and an unlocked function. So if it's in the locked function, that means that these lines will stay locked to the level itself, and it won't actually level like a normal level. If you want to put it into leveling mode, you click it across to the unlocked, and that unlocks the gyroscopes inside. Now you can see it's trying to find a level, but because I'm a bit wobbly, it's struggling to do so. Now if you see it flashing like that, that means that the level itself is too far out of plumb. So if we put that about right, it will stop flashing and it will try and find the level. To operate the lasers themselves, there's this mode button here, and as you press it, the laser will operate each individual laser and go through a sequence of alternating which one is on or off, and you can have all 3 on at the same time. The next button here brightens or narrows the line itself, so depending on how accurate you need it or how far away, depends whether you want to use that button or not. So where these laser levels really come into their own is when you're leveling over a large distance, especially if you're doing something in the garden, a bit of landscaping. So in the past, if I wanted to level from one side of the garden to the other, I would use some old wooden stakes, put them into the ground, and then I'd get my level, put between 2 of them, and then hammer them in until they're level. And then repeat that process from one side of the garden to the other. However, it's not always that accurate. So to level over large distances like my garden, select your mode on the level until you've got the horizontal level illuminated. Grab an offcut of wood like I've got, and then you can literally see the green laser line and put a mark across that. We can then leave the laser exactly where it is and go over to the other side of the garden, and we'll do the same thing over there. So here I am 10 meters away from the laser level. It's a nice clear day and you can still pick up the beam of the level. However, if you're struggling to see it, that's where this comes into play. So you can make out the line on the workshop from the laser level, but how does that compare on the piece of wood? So if we put the wood on the ground, you can see the old mark and you can just make out the line of the laser level. If you want to make it more accurate or more visible, you can slide this into place and you can see then it shows up the line of the laser really well. Now all you need to do is make a mark on the wood for that piece. And then that tells us that this measurement is the distance between that side of the garden and this side of the garden. Have you subscribed to my channel? Well, if not, why not? It does not cost a thing. You're missing out on loads of great content. If I'm not making things like this, I'm fixing shed roofs, I'm mending doors, windows, doing plumbing or electrics. You name it, I've got it on my channel. So head over, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave this video a comment and a thumbs up, and that will help it reach loads of other people. So when I installed these tiles and the fire, I used the laser level then, especially to line up the edges of these tiles and make sure that this trim when installed was perfect. If you're going to be doing any wallpapering, traditionally I'll draw a line with a spirit level and then paper up to that line to ensure that it's level. However, sometimes you can overlap that line. If you use a laser level, you can put a mark down and you've always got something there to reference. And the laser level has been really useful for when I put up this shelf around these awkward brick pillars and for adding extra sockets or switches where you want them perfectly level. So hopefully you've found that review nice and useful, and if you want to get yourself one of these 𝗂𝘀𝗴𝘀𝗀 laser levels, then I'll leave a link in the description to get to their website and also a direct link to this product.